we decided to go vegetarian. Then Linda said, well, you know, I'm going to try and make this food. She was a real pioneer because there was nothing else around at the time.
Well, after years of being a vegetarian and loving food, because I love good food, I started making up recipes.
And Mum very much started it. It was very, you know, she did cookbooks. She was probably one of the first sort of celebrity people to do cookbooks. That was totally unheard of.
Having friends over for dinner, they would say to her, if I could eat like this, I'd try a lot more vegetarian cooking. And then one day she was approached by a food company saying, can we adapt some of the recipes from your cookbook into a food range?
This Kiev be right tasty. Who made it? Oh, it's Linda McCartney.
When you're going to make a move like that and be so vocal about it, people are going to go, oh, I see Paul and Linda going veggie. So that would get through to people like Matt Groening, who does The Simpsons.
Wow, Paul McCartney. I read about you in history class. But where's your wife, Linda?
Right here, Lisa.
Lisa's a very cool little character in the show. She's sensible. You know, some of the others are total nutcases. So it's quite nice being represented by the sensible Simpson.
When will all those fools learn that you can be perfectly healthy simply eating vegetables, fruits, grains, and cheese?
Linda decided that we wanted vegetarian food to not be elitist.
She wanted everyone to have access to it, and I think that's a very kind of modern approach to life.
So she said, well, you know, if you could get truckers to like it, that's a fairly cool thing.
She launched it with, you know, truckers on the side of the M40, I think, or M5 or something.
They liked them. So that was something now we could say, you know, even the truckers love them. And I think that trucking thing helped it become more mainstream. Mary and Stella, they learned to cook from their mum. Linda was a very natural cook, and she would be in the kitchen, and she would get the kids to help.
She was an amazing cook, you know, and it was the place, it would be like any normal family where the kitchen is the heart and soul of everything you do.
She'd sort of entice you in with lovely smelling food, and then she'd get you to help and chop things or just chat.
Because they were brought up watching their mum cook and seeing their mum start this Linda McCartney Foods, they've always been interested in it.
We've maintained that core value that Mum had, which is this is a healthy meal option. We're looking into sort of more sort of gluten-free things, more, you know, that's sort of where we're heading with the products.
25 years from now, I think there'll be a lot more vegetarian options and I think vegetarianism will be the norm.
It'll take time. It's taken 25 years to get this far, but there's a lot happened in those 25 years.
Vegetarian food is good for you. So there's a trend towards that, and I think there is a food revolution on. And I just like my food and all vegetarian food to spread everywhere and change the world into a better place because of it.
There was a report in 2006, I think it was, that was by the United Nations, and they said, you know, one of the largest causes of greenhouse gases is the livestock industry. So I think people are starting to understand that. Wait a minute, you know, we didn't know that. So they go, well, okay, I want to do my bit, so I'll eat vegetarian one day, maybe 2 days. Someone's got it. So you get into it and it becomes a very pleasant lifestyle, you know. I do think it is the way of the future. I do think that people are going to have to get more and more sensible about how they eat. It'll take time. It's taken 25 years to get this far, but there's a lot happened in those 25 years. You've got this element of celebrity. People are going to go, oh, I see Paul and Linda going veggie, you know, they notice. People like Matt Groening, who does The Simpsons, and he would ring up and say, listen, you've got an episode we'd love you to be in it as Simpsons characters. I love the show, we'd love to do that.
Wow, Paul McCartney. I read about you in history class. But where's your wife, Linda?
Right here, Lisa. Whenever we're in Springfield, we like to hang out in Apu's garden in the shade.
So, you know, that started to spread the word even further, because people who were just watching The Simpsons for fun would suddenly hear about vegetarianism.
Paul and Linda are vegetarians too. In fact, Linda has her own line of vegetarian entrees.
We weren't satisfied with the other vegetarian meals on the market.
Lisa's a very cool little character in the show. She's sensible. You know, some of the others are total nutcases. So it's quite nice being represented by the sensible Simpson.
When will all those fools learn that you can be perfectly healthy simply eating vegetables, fruits, grains, and cheese?
Linda decided that we wanted vegetarian food to not be elitist, for it to just be available for everyone. So she said, well, you know, if you could get truckers to like it, that's a fairly cool thing.
She launched it with, you know, truckers on the side of the M40, I think, or M5 or something. You know, it was very much, this is for people that want quick food, they want good tasting food, they want it to be, you know, something they can afford.
They liked them. So that was something now we could say, you know, even the truckers love them. And I think that trucking thing helped it become more mainstream.